So, it's been about a year since I started practicing minimalism. Now, a lot has changed since then. I've moved into a new apartment, I've built out an office, and I have my separate bedroom. And so, because some of this has changed, I want to take you through my apartment, show you around, and show you the things that I've added to my minimalist apartment. And what you're going to notice here is that everything has some type of purpose as what I've been practicing for the past 12 months. And either this purpose is because it's very practical of an item, something that I use on a daily basis, or it brings me some type of joy. So like every apartment tour, we need to start at the door, so let's go do that now. All right, welcome to my apartment. This is my living room, and I like to keep it relatively empty. As you can see, there's a lot of space here. And some people like to fill their apartments with televisions and multiple sofas and chairs and different things, but I like to keep it very, very open. And this makes it feel like I have a lot more space to move around, a lot more space for activities. And for the most part, you know, I think it's something really nice to have all of this extra space here. So if you remember my last couch I got from IKEA, it was relatively inexpensive. I learned the hard way that if you get a really cheap couch, they end up wearing down pretty quickly. It was not very comfortable. So I spent a little bit more on this couch, and hopefully it lasts a little bit longer. So let me show you one of my newest additions to my apartment, and it's something that I'm honestly pretty excited about. This is my friend Gary. Now, Gary takes care of all my cleaning for me. He's a little vacuum cleaner, and honestly, I didn't think I was gonna buy something like this because I thought these little Roombas were just a total waste of money. But when I started factoring in the time, thinking about if it takes me 20 minutes per week to vacuum times 52 weeks, that's over 1,000 minutes per year, which is what, like 17 hours of time that I would be spending vacuuming. So I just got Gary, and he takes care of everything. I'm naturally not a very clean person. I drop stuff. And so I don't have to worry about cleaning it up immediately. He just comes around and picks it up whenever I tell him to. So come on out, Gary. Let's see. What's he doing? Hey, come back. So for example, if I drop something, oops, Gary will just take care of it. Gary, let's go, you're slacking, come on. He's a little slow, but he's getting there. Gary, no, this way. Come this way, Gary. Good boy. So let me show you my dining room, my kitchen, and some of my plant friends here actually. So I haven't come up with a name for this little guy yet. I'm not quite sure. I'm not really sure what it's looking like. But if anybody has any good name ideas, feel free to let me know, because I need to name this guy. But I think adding plants to any apartment is really just good to have, especially too because, you know, when you want to add a little bit of color here, it just adds a little bit of splash. We get some green in there, and I think it looks really good. I'm also not good at designing things, so I like to keep things very simple, and it's really difficult to go wrong with something like this. Now, I also have this kind of creepy looking John Lennon painting. I shouldn't say creepy, my mom made it back in like the early 80s, so it's not creepy, Mom. It's beautiful, I love it. I mean, that's why I have it in here anyway, right? So it's like, I like it. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't hang it up. I'm really digging myself in a hole here. But yeah, so I have this bowl as well. This is sort of what I use just to throw in my keys or empty my pockets out at the end of the day. This is really nice to have to just be able to not lose things, because I think sometimes we end up losing so much when we, you know, maybe we put our keys somewhere, we forget where we put them, and it just turns into a total disaster. So putting everything in here, emptying my pockets in here is really useful so that I don't lose things. Let me show you the kitchen here really quickly. So the kitchen, as you might remember from last time, is pretty empty. I mean, I like to keep the counters very clear, but don't mistake this for thinking that I don't have any appliances. I have plenty of appliances, but I keep all of them below or above the counters, and I try to keep the counters as clear as possible. This is an important step because as soon as you start to allow one thing on the counter, then it starts to build up and build up, and then it gets totally cluttered, and I don't think it's very good. So the only thing I do keep on my counters is this blender here, which I use on a daily basis, so it wouldn't make sense to have to pull it out every single day. And I also have my handy cast iron pan, which could probably kill somebody with this thing. Not that I would, but yeah, it's pretty heavy duty, but cast iron pans are really the move. And maybe we'll make a cooking video. Because some things in my diet have changed a little bit, and I think you might be interested in that. So make sure you subscribe to the channel for that, and we have a lot of other videos coming up as well. But my kitchen area, as far as my dining room goes, doesn't really exist very much. I don't have a dinner table. This is mostly by choice. Also, IKEA didn't have any dinner tables. They were out of stock. But last time I didn't have a dinner table either. So this is not where I actually eat dinner. I don't just sit here and just like eat like my food like this. But sometimes I do sit here, I guess. But no, usually I'll eat my food either on the couch or more likely in my office, which I'll show you in just a second. I can just eat at my desk. And I don't really have a need for a table unless maybe if I had friends over and a lot of people over, then it would probably be useful to have some type of table. So like I said, I have two rooms. I have my office and I have my bedroom. Let me take you to the office now. So, like I said, I have two different rooms here, and this was really something that, you know, last time I only had one room, but I think it's really important to separate your work from your sleeping, and so I had the budget to be able to have two separate rooms, and it really is helpful. Because I think the problem sometimes that we face is if your desk is right next to your bed, it's really problematic, because then when you're working, then you just lay down on your bed, you take a nap, you wake up like 4 hours later, you missed a lot of work, and we run into a lot of problems. So that's why I have this separate room just for working. This is where I spend most of my time. So I actually built this desk last week. I was gonna buy a desk because I wanted a standing desk. The last one I had was a sitting desk, because they say sitting is the new smoking. I don't know how true that is, but I don't think sitting for a very long period of time is good for you. So I was gonna buy one at IKEA, but it was like $600 for a standing desk that's not even the same size as this. So this is like 74 inches, and it cost me maybe $65, so 1/10 of the price. And honestly, I think it's a better desk than what you could have bought, and it was really easy to assemble, just got a basic frame underneath. The only thing that's not minimalist about this apartment is I have two separate computers. So I have my iMac, and then I also have this little Dell computer. This is for two reasons. One, because, well, I just wanted to stop editing videos on a 13-inch screen. It was getting kind of small. But also it is nice to be able to travel with this Dell computer and then just have this one for when I get home. So it's a nice combination there that I have. I do have a couple other things just on my desk that are important, like my hard drives, my camera, some notebooks, and some papers. But for the most part, I like to keep my desk as clear as possible. So I'll take you over here, show you a little bit. I also just have more artwork that my mom made back like way long ago. I don't know, I kind of just raided her attic. I realized she had all this artwork and I thought it was pretty good. So thanks, Mom, and also sorry, Mom, for stealing your stuff. But let me show you the closet. I think you might be interested in this. There's literally just nothing in the closet. I genuinely don't know what I would put in here. I've been living here for about 2 months. Maybe by month number 12 of this lease, I'll have something to put in the closet, but I really just genuinely don't have anything to put in here. So yeah, I mean, yeah, there's not really much there. So then I have this bookshelf. I like to keep not too many books. If you remember from previous videos, I could have, 3 or 4 bookshelves like this with all the different books that I've been reading over the past 5-10 years. But I also don't like to have too many books on hand at any given time. So these are just some of the ones that, I've read recently or I wanted to read, or just the most important ones that I like to go back and look at. But for the most part, I'll just read on my phone, or I will listen to audiobooks, or go to the library to pick up books and then return them, so then it's not cluttered with tons of books. And there's a couple other things on here too that are important, like for filming. I also still have my good old cookie jar for locking up my phone. I don't have to use this anymore because I'm pretty disciplined when it comes to my phone and not being on my phone too much. I think it's a real problem that a lot of us face. And then I just have a couple other things as well. So this plaque that YouTube gave me, didn't know where to put it. And then I have my microphone as well. Also, I have this boosted board here. I think this is really cool. This is like a little toy of mine. And going back to the idea of minimalism and thinking about, you know, everything that you're having has some type of purpose, this thing really brings me a lot of joy. It's fun to just rip around the city in Philly with this. And so that's why I have this boosted board for that reason. And it's not all about just, you know, not having anything. It's okay to have things in your apartment. It just should be something that is used quite a bit. And if I'm not using something, like for example, next year, if I never use this boosted board anymore, I'll probably get rid of it. I'll probably sell it to somebody, because if I'm not using it, there's no point in having it cluttering up my apartment. So that's the office. Let me take you into the other room. There's also a washer and dryer there as well, but it's not too interesting. So let me take you into the bedroom now. That's not good. All right, so I think we'll skip the bathroom because that's just kind of weird to talk about that. So now I'll take you into my bedroom here. What you're gonna notice is there's probably a grand total of maybe 5 items in this entire room. And that's because I really just use my bed for sleeping. I mean, I don't really use this room for anything else, you know, 8 hours per night. I don't need tons of stuff in here because I have my office. I don't need to have a desk in here. I don't have a dresser. All my clothes just go in the closet. And my wardrobe is relatively minimal as well. So I'll actually show you that here right now. But you know, over here I just have some plants and just one lamp. That's all I need. I also have overhead lights if I really need extra lighting, but I hate overhead lights. And you know, this apartment's not super fancy. I mean, I have window air conditioners. It's not some type of like fancy luxury apartment complex. Maybe if I wanted to, I could probably afford to live in like a luxury apartment complex, but I really don't see the purpose of it. I mean, this place gets the job done. It's relatively inexpensive, and this is all I really need for this. And I like the wood floors. I like the layout of it, and it serves its purpose pretty well. Let me just quickly show you my closet here. There's not much to see really, but I have been changing up my wardrobe a little bit. I like to keep it pretty minimal. Actually, most of my stuff is in the washing machine right now. So, but yeah, black t-shirts usually, and I do like to change it up a little bit and just, you know, start with black as a base. I wear just black pants, and then add on some different color on top of it. So flannels, it's October right now, great time to wear flannels, but just add colors on top of that. Nice to just change things up a little bit, so not be too bland with the wardrobe, but also not have to spend too much time thinking about what you're gonna wear every day, because that also takes up a lot of time. And if you know anything about me, I like to find ways to be as productive as possible. So overall, I think having very few items in my apartment really is something that makes me very happy. And I think this comes down to a couple of different things. First of all, minimalism can not only save you money by having less items, but I think one of the biggest problems that we face is this sort of materialism, especially in America, where we tend to think that buying new things is going to make us a lot happier. And this is actually a real problem, I think, because sometimes it does make us happy for maybe a week or 2 weeks. We buy something new, it's really exciting, but it tends to wear off rather quickly. And that's why I think it's more important to value people, relationships, friendships over items and materialistic goods. And so that's why if I'm buying something new, it's nice if it's practical or if it's something that really does make me happy over a long period of time. But if it's some flashy new car, it might be fun for a couple of weeks, and then you get used to it, and that starts to wear off, and we start to not get as excited about it. So not only does it save money, but it's also, I think, really going to help you with a lot of mental clarity as well. So there are a lot of other reasons why having a rather minimal apartment can be valuable. I think it's something that takes a lot less time to clean, as you probably noticed, especially with my friend Gary over there, who takes care of a lot of my problems. But also, I think it's kind of good for the environment instead of having to buy new things all the time. You know, there's a couple of things that I did buy that I didn't have in my last apartment. So I gave my other couch away to my brother. I gave a couple things away to other people. So didn't want to see those things go to waste, but for the most part, keeping a lot of the things congruent with how they've been in the past. So I hope you found some value in this video. If you did, make sure you subscribe for more videos like this. We're gonna be rolling out new videos about some of these different productivity, minimalism, lifestyle, and of course, personal finance videos as well. So thanks for watching, and I'll see everybody in next week's video.